100 years of dying would have killed a lesser man, but the American cowboy lives. And the folks that live or revere that life today, they still write about it, still sing about it. We've been on the road gathering contemporary cowboy songs and the stories behind them and the punchers and poets that create them. I'm Jeff Wildhorse Posey. This is Ballad Hunter. Welcome to Ballad Hunter. I'm Jeff Wildhorse Posey. Today we are headed to Lemitar, New Mexico to catch up with songwriter and horseshoer Doug Farrier Figgs. You know, it only takes a day of gathering wild cattle in wilder country to know that after God and luck, the nearest thing to determining a cowboy's fate is the sure feet of his horse. The cowboy has got to trust the hands that care for those feet.
If being a cowboy didn't involve horses, it wouldn't have much appeal to me. Every TV show that I ever watched, it was because there was horses on it. Every book I ever read was because there was horses in it. And if I drew a picture, it always had a horse. So it's something in me about the horse. As soon as I got old enough where I was out on my own, I had a horse. I had a horse that wasn't broke. And you know, you get somebody that really hasn't been around the horses. I knew about horses, but hadn't been around them. It usually doesn't work, but it worked for me. And pretty soon I had people bringing horses to me. I was starting colts and doing all this stuff. It's one of those deals, like you just don't know enough to know better, and so you just do it. If I have a horse, I need to take care of it, and so I learned to shoe a horse. I got a book, and I just started shoeing my own horses. And you start trimming horses for yourself. And shoeing horses was, I couldn't make any better money than shoeing horses. So I decided I was going to go to shoeing school. So I went over to Tucumcari and went to the shoeing school. I'd been shoeing horses, but I figured I better, if I'm going to do it for the public, I better get a little better at it and actually know a little bit more of what I'm doing. And I was very lucky to be in the class with Jim Keith as my instructor. He became a great friend and definitely a mentor. And so I've been shoeing horses for like 30 years, but professionally for about 26 years. Music's always been in my life. I've always had a guitar. My dad played guitar. All my brothers and sisters, they played music. I always loved music, but this is another thing. I met a guy here from Germany. His name is Marian Funke, and he's the best musician I've ever been around. Kathy bought me some lessons, guitar lessons with Marian. I took the lessons, and I've learned more in the last 10 years than I learned the rest of my life. I liked all kinds of music. I would listen to all kinds of different country. I liked Waylon Jennings, those kind of guys, the outlaw country stuff. But I really liked the Southern rock. If you started listening to their music, there was so much cowboy stuff in there. And that suited me a whole bunch. I really love them. So that was probably my biggest influence on music.
And how did you gravitate towards cowboy music?
It was the Western Music Association. Okay. I mean, they have their convention in Albuquerque, so it was just right there. We didn't really know about it. Kathy kind of pushed me into that stuff, and just our lifestyle, it was a perfect fit. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd done a lot of cowboying, mostly day working and that kind of stuff. But and we have our own cows, so we go. Our cows are out at a ranch near Bingham, New Mexico, and so we do a lot of cow work out there too. So it just comes natural.
So you're a cowboy and a horseman and a farrier.
I'd like to be called a horseman. That would be great. And if somebody wants to call me a cowboy, man, I'm gonna say thank you. And I am a horseshoer. That's you can call it a farrier. That's great. I am a certified journeyman farrier, but I'm a horseshoer.
And you are a songwriter.
I am now. You know, I didn't like I said. I always thought that was something magical to me. I was like, man, how do those guys do that? I listened to some guys. Mike Blakely was such a friend gave me a couple of Mike Blakely CDs, and I thought it was amazing to me. And we started recording because Mariam said, you need to record. You need to do this. This is going to teach you a whole bunch about everything musical. And so I recorded some songs that were my favorite songs, and I wanted to do a couple of Mike Blakely songs. One of them was Letter to Angelina, which I think is just a perfect song, and the other was Last Comanche Moon, and that is, to me, is the ultimate Western song. And so I contacted Mike and asked him if I could do those, and I sent him his his I don't know what you call that.
Mailbox money.
Yeah, his mailbox money. But anyway, that was a big deal to me.
Well, it turns out it was a big deal to some other folks too. Folks like the Western Music Association and the Academy of Western Artists, who have honored Doug for his songs and his performances, and who have shown Mike Blakely that he was right to trust Doug with a song. And a cowboy would do well to trust Doug with his pony's feet. Let's listen to some original music from Doug Farrier Figgs.
I'm always thinking about horses, and I'm always looking up stuff. And I was thinking about this, about a Palomino horse and a yellow horse, and I came upon this this story about this horse. He was called Desert Dust, and he was a wild horse. He was a herd stallion in the early 40s in the Red Rock country of Wyoming. A lot of people had tried to catch him, but it seemed like nobody could. And then there was this guy. His name was Frank Wild Horse Robbins. He devised a way to catch this horse. He made some runways into a trap. And another guy named Vern Wood, he was a photographer, and he wanted to get in on this. When they finally caught this horse, he took this picture of this horse, Desert Dust, and against the red rocks there. And today we would say that it went viral. National Geographic got a hold of the picture. It went all over the world. And there's a picture of this horse. There's that picture that he took is in the state capitol in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So it's a really cool deal. And this is a song that I just wrote about. That's that Desert Dust. So it's called That Yellow Horse. Morning sun is on my back, the pony stopped to graze. That yellow horse standing guard on a lazy summer day. Tangled knots in his long white mane, his ears catch every sound. He lifts his head to check the breeze, the mares, their heads to the ground.
I know he hasn't seen me yet. The wind is in my face, but that stallion knows things aren't quite right, like something's out of place. But it's all up to him to keep his little band of mares. So he stands alert while the others graze, like he's the only one that cares. The sun on Horsehide shining bright, man, it's such an awesome sight. Shining blues, roans, and bays, but there's nothing like the way the sunlight plays on that yellow horse. I've often dreamed at night, making that yellow horse my own. On a horse like him, I'd be just like a king upon the throne. But what he is right now is what he was born to be. So I guess I'll just watch him out there, running wild and free. The sun on Horsehide shining bright, man, it's such an awesome sight. Shining blues, roans, and bays, but there's nothing like the way the sunlight plays on that yellow horse. The sun on Horsehide shining bright, man, it's such a beautiful sight. Shining duns, blacks, and grays, but there's nothing like the way the sunlight plays on that yellow horse. No, there's nothing like the way the sunlight plays on that yellow horse. On that yellow horse. On that yellow horse.
Instructions, are you ready? She called me a cowboy. Of the auction.
This is a song that we recorded, the Cowboy Way recorded, and that's the trio I'm involved with, Jim Jones, myself, and Marian Funka. And we recorded it on our latest album, the Red Album, and the album's called Gold West. This is a song that I wrote after watching a movie, and the movie was called Conager. Sam Elliott was the star, and he was an old cowboy, and he and a young boy were around a campfire, and the boy was asking him questions, and he asked him, well, how old were you when you left home to become a cowboy? And Sam, he said he was 12 years old. That really hit me, so I wrote this song. It's called I Make My Living in the Saddle. I watch my daddy working hard all day, plowing up that Georgia clay, doing his best to keep our family fed. We all did our part, working dawn till dark, picking cotton till our fingers bled. I made this promise to myself, was gonna make my living somewhere else. Thought I'd try my hand out west, punching cattle. I was 12 when I left home, figured I could get by on my own. Bound to make my living in the saddle. The trail was hard and long, but I rode on, and I finally found my way to Abilene. Out here I'll make my stand, riding for the brand, in a place where cowboys are king. Well, it ain't easy, but it suits me. On a good horse is where I'll be, listening to the bawling of the cattle. I'm out here pushing cows, I sure don't miss that mule and plow. I make my living in the saddle. We fought Comanches on the plains, pushing longhorns to the trains, and along the way we lost a few good friends. Fighting wind and weather, wearing out the leather, be a cowboy till the end. Now 50 years have come and gone since I struck out on my own, and I've lived without regret. In this life I've been blessed, living with the best. It ain't over yet. Well, it ain't easy, but it suits me. On a good horse is where I'll be, listening to the bawling of the cattle. I'm out here pushing cows, I sure don't miss that mule and plow. I make my living in the saddle. No, it ain't easy, but it suits me. On a good horse is where I'll be, listening to the bawling of the cattle. I'm out here pushing cows, I sure don't miss that mule and plow. I make my living in the saddle. I make my living in the saddle. I make my living in the saddle.
You're like a damn professional.